Well, let's get started. Oh, it's adorable. I hope this means the whole world is, Oh, I only have 99 lives to beat it. Well, what are these little numbers? What does this mean? 148. I hope this means the whole world is, It's not. I was almost, well, I like all the themes, but SMW is my favorite. So when I saw the SMW overworld, I thought maybe, just maybe. Like Mario quality? Of course, it is. Versus is a really good maker, so we know. There's no Kaizo BS. Oh, oh. Well, rip. I guess the strategy is just to go fast. Okay. Debated. Well, why am I so bad? Oopsies. Not really looking forward to PS2 tomorrow, if I'm being honest. It's going to be not a fun experience. But I'd ideally like to get to Elite Four and bail as soon as I get to Elite Four, but I don't know how many times you have to keep re-rolling against Rocket to get there. Apparently somebody got to Lance. How do you just get to Lance? I don't know. Imagine spending the entirety of your Discord Wars just playing that game. Like, how are you not miserable? Ah, here we go. SMW. 116-hour FM grind. That game's actually fun. I should have known better than that. Hey, Alias, how are you doing? I'm sure this is the speed strat right here, right? This is what you do, Tapioca. You wait for all of the thwomps to come up, bait them out one by one. Speed tech, huh? I do kind of regret. Well, I don't regret playing FM one bit, but I wish I could have participated more in Path of Exile, because I would have loved to. Even just tonight, I liked sort of. There were several moments where I just thought to myself, "Oh man, we don't have the gear that I'd like to have here," and a lot of people still helped us out. Like we had a lot of good gear, but I was just like, "Man, I could have like we could have used like some more 4-links instead of so we don't have to hunt them down." And if FM didn't exist in Discord Wars, I'd probably have spent the first week playing Path of Exile and then just running gamers through and then just have as close to a Lotro conveyor belt as you have. Just having my stash tabs, 3 links, 4 links, linked wands, just everything ready to go. I'm doing alright, Elias. How about yourself? Traditional level Waltz the Booze. Right now I'm doing a world for a competition. You just have to complete the world and you get points for your team. And I think that's the only Mario Maker I'm doing tonight. But I haven't done a Mario Maker haven't done a Mario Maker night in a while. But maybe one day we'll go back to viewer levels. So sadly, it will not be tonight because I just got off the FM grind. But maybe someday. Here's a 4-link. Sigiri blah. Maybe I should be Sigiri blah for Discord Wars and then Sigiri lick for... I am Sigiri blah for Discord Wars, but maybe I should be Sigiri lick for the new league after Discord Wars. Wow, a life. A level up. Do you have a 6-link though, Spock? Because I have a 6-link. That was really stupid of me. I didn't commit. Not yet. When are you getting the 6-link? When does the 6-link drop? Is there any way I can submit any way I could submit Dumbbell Nankilo Motoru as like a bonus level to Super versus Deluge World? Can we somehow get that into Discord Wars? What is this? What are the little guys for, and why can I turn them on and off? Man. Sigiri lick. I died in the same exact place again. Short stream is probably only going to be like an hour. As soon as I beat this, I'm done. It's not a short FM stream. It depends on the game. A short FM stream is 10 hours. A short Mario Maker stream is 1 hour. A short PoE stream is like 5 to 6 hours. Maybe 4. 4 at the least. How are you doing tonight, Sai? I have been liberated from Egypt. It was a lot of fun doing Hundo. I wonder if, like, Pi was here when I finished Hundo, and he was, like, super positive about Hundo. He's like, I'm glad you had, he said, I'm glad you had fun. He's like, I might do one of these one day myself. Which made me, actually made me minorly optimistic maybe about Hundo resurfacing in some capacity in future Discord Wars. While I was doing Hundo, I felt like it was just one of those one and dones, but it certainly has a greater chance of being in another Discord Wars if Pi does it himself, or if he thinks that it was successful in this Discord Wars, which I definitely think it was. So it looked really snug. So I'd do it again. I'd do it again next Discord Wars. I hope we can get it in. I think everybody who participated in Hundo enjoyed it, which is like the opposite of the PS2 experience. And I don't think there's anything bad about having more games in Discord Wars. You had a tweet or something about it, about Hundo? I'll have to check it out. Like, I feel like this year with Discord Wars, we experimented with more games than ever before. Like, doesn't it feel like there's just... I mean, probably demonstrably, too. Like, if you just look at previous Discord Wars schedules and compare it to this Discord War, there's just more stuff on it. And I don't know if maybe there was some trepidation about you don't want too many events because you sort of spread out the gamers too much. You sort of want everybody to be... Like, I think the worst case thing would be only... You put out a bunch of events and then there's one event that like only 1 or 2 people do. And that's kind of like the anti-Discord Wars experience, because you want people like playing games together and encouraging people. So I guess I can see the argument for you don't want the Discord Wars schedule too big because you don't want to spread out the gamers too much. But I really feel like there's not a disbenefit to having a quite diverse Discord Wars schedule where it gets to the point where there's more stuff that you want to do than you have time to do. I think that's the ideal Discord Wars. I think it's a bit of a bummer if you go into Discord Wars and there's what essentially happened last year was people wanted to keep participating, but there just was no other events still to do. Like, once you did Lotro, and once you did a couple of the other things, a lot of people weren't eligible to play Kid Chameleon. And it got to a point... Ooh, I'll have to check that outside. I'll check that out as soon as I'm done here. It's just, I don't have my browser up, and it screws up my capture on HDMI when I click into it for some reason. But thanks for linking the tweet. So I hope we see, and I hope, from what everybody's saying that this Discord Wars is like the greatest ever. I've talked to many people have volunteered their opinion to me about Discord Wars, and I haven't heard a negative opinion about this one. Whereas like last year, the people were like, it was a legit feels bad, man, if you couldn't do Kid Chameleon, because that was, for a lot of people, that was like the only thing to do in week 2, because all of the SRL events, for whatever reason, were front-loaded into week number 1, so everybody just went hard in week number 1, and then week number 2 came around, there was just nothing to do. Besides Kid Chameleon, if you could do it. There's a sweet spot to hit. Gotta have enough to play. Not too much or spread people out too thin. I think another thing that we can keep in mind is this Discord Wars had what? Was it 100 more? Was it 100 more? 100 more participants than any other Discord Wars before? Well, the previous Discord. I mean, they've gone up every year. It had over 100 participants the years before. So when the event grows like that, it's more, you feel more safety about having more events because there's more people, so it's just more likely that if you have a more set of diverse events, there's just going to be more people to participate and avoid the situation where you have just one event that hardly anyone participates in outside of a few people and they just feel kind of lonely. I know Ozzy enjoyed FM a lot. Crazy enjoyed it. I don't really know what's going on the hero side. I know Captain enjoyed it because he put up 600 cards, so I imagine he enjoyed it. I felt like Discord Wars, or I felt like FM really, like embodied the kind of event that Pi wants in Discord Wars. Like, I think Pi really values the kind of event where people like jump in a call together and they just sort of hang out and they enjoy playing a video game and encouraging each other. I think that's like the #1 priority Pi has for what he wants people to get out of Discord Wars as far as community growth. And I'd say of all of the events I participated over all the Discord Wars, FM definitely had that more than any other. So I'd definitely push for it in another Discord Wars. I mean, we have golden pigs every freaking Discord Wars. We can afford to have a repeat of, like, FM, right? We'll say biggest criticism so far is that 2MMO splinters people. Yeah, that's fair. I wonder about that, though, and there's really no way to find out, unfortunately, but I wonder if... Well, I'd say for the 2MMOs, there's definitely people who would do either one if there was only one in the Discord Wars. But I wonder what quantity of people participated in either one of the MMOs. But if it was just one MMO and it wasn't the MMO they picked, they wouldn't have participated in it. How are you doing tonight, More Nothings? That's right, Golden Pigs. I do not miss Christopher Robin. But I don't think anybody enjoyed Christopher Robin, did they? Maybe a few people. I also feel that since it takes the spot of the challenge run, the long grind, there's not too much of a downside of having several of those each event, and even if they're repeats. Because I think the one thing you worry about is like a power creep in Discord Wars if you want it to be competitive. You don't want to have a lot of events where people just do all the events as fast as possible and just get a bunch of points. But you don't really run the risk of that in a challenge. You don't really run the risk of that in a challenge. Like, everybody who participated in FM and has taken away a considerable amount of points away from it. Talking about, like, the 500 plus group dedicated several dozens of hours at least to FM. I think that is important for Discord Wars, where you have those events where you just sink time into. And I think it's a lot better than Pooh in PS2. Because I know we all like to meme about FM being a luck-based game, and luck is a huge component about it. But I mean, look at the people who are finishing. It's not like a luck-based simulator. The people who are finishing is going to be, or putting up 600 cards plus. It's going to be Ozzy, Matman, me. I may be crazy for Bacon. I'm not quite sure because he like hops in the call sometimes and isn't there, and he's not streaming it. Oh no, he's streaming it. But not quite sure where his progress is. Basically, it's people who have considerable experience in FM. So there's definitely a skill component involved. Sorry, it's hard to keep up with chat while I'm playing the video game. Maybe it's because I'm on the wrong side of the fence, but D2 feels like a wasteland as far as social opportunities. Weren't you one of the few that beat him? Oh, I didn't beat him, no. I think it was Abscond with a Pie beat him, and maybe one other person. Like, you can only do 3 max to a fire team, and you need to sync people to do the campaigns. It's like actively difficult to play with it. Only do 3 max on a fire team, and you need to sync people to do campaigns. Like, actively difficult to play without massive coordination. Yeah. Do you have, like, how many people on Villains? Like, I feel like Yarts is putting a lot of push into D2, and I know Valiant is. I participated in Path of Exile for the first time tonight as far as, like, being with our villain team of Path of Exile great gamers. And I don't know if Tapioca is still chilling, but he can, chilling in here, but I'm sure he can also, attest with me that, like, that call was really cool. Like, we just had, like, I was with, like, a new team of gamers who hadn't experienced the game before, trying to help get them through the acts as fast and efficiently as possible. We had Lazarenth and Barkley, who are 2 just really great, experienced PoE gamers, who are just, like, chilling with the call on us, like, just hanging out, giving us tips, being, like, friendly, and it was just, like, it was just, I actually thought tonight, I didn't know what was going to happen because I was, like, super tired going into it. I thought, I didn't know what was going to be in the meeting tonight. I thought it might just be me and Tapioca who are just going to run through and put our heads down and just muscle through Path of Exile together. But it ended up being a really cool experience just in the call. Just a real feeling of team, even though that we weren't all in a party together, but there was just a really cool vibe. So I'm sorry to hear that D2 just, for whatever reason, whether it's the game or just the time of day or everybody's doing it at different times, or maybe it is in fact that just splitting the gamers between 2 games and just the Villains team wants to play Path of Exile, not so much D2. But if that's the case, it is a shame that Destiny 2 doesn't have that atmosphere, because it was really cool in the call today with Path of Exile. I was maybe going to stream Path of Exile, but it was just it was just been too much to interact with everybody in the party and make sure keep tabs on everyone and also like keep up in chat. I don't think it would be a good stream, but I will play Path of Exile on stream when the new league comes out. Me and Yarts are pretty active trying to get people to play D2, but a lot of people are on. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, just don't want to start play, I guess. PoE call going on looked fun. Yeah, it really was. I was a bit nervous at the start of Discord Wars because I know the PoE gamers on Heroes. I know personally the people on Heroes who are really good at PoE, so I knew they'd have a bunch of organization. And I knew once FM got accepted into Discord Wars that would be taking up a significant amount of my time, because that's something I really wanted to do for the front end of Discord Wars. So I tried to meet with, like, put out an announcement to meet with as many people who were familiar with Path of Exile on our team before Discord Wars started. And that's when I first met the experienced players we have on our team for Path of Exile, and I encouraged them to like step up in whatever capacity they feel comfortable with to help people with the game, answer questions, and they totally did. They are fundamental assets for our team, and it was really cool to be in the call with them and play the game with them today, and just gave me, I guess, like retroflectively, or whatever the word is, a feeling of relief, because I at that point I knew, like, wow, our team has been in really good hands for Path of Exile, even though I kind of selfishly chose to focus on FM for the front end, because We've got a lot of Path of Exile points on our team. I think even maybe more than Heroes. It's fluctuated over the past week and a half. But and it's certainly due to them and their ability to coach new players through the game. Ah, there's the checkpoint. I'm not a big fan of levers. Platforms that oscillate from left to right as enemies walk on them. And I know as well Ozzy is thinking about doing a push. But only get to Heroes. Ozzy is... Man, I'm just not getting anything done here. Ozzy is making a push to maybe get some gamers who haven't put up any FM points on the board to just learn how to get 100 cards. I sent him some top secret villain technology. I DM'd him tonight that might help us with coordinating and motivating some gamers to get cards as efficiently as possible. I hope to be able to be there in some capacity as well. Although I will be doing... What have I still to do? I'm doing this now, so that's great news. I'm doing this now. I have to do PS2 rando, which I hope just we get over quickly. I hope that's just something that I can get done in 10 hours and get ideally to the Elite Four. I feel like if I don't get to the Elite Four, I'm just going to keep grinding it, which sucks, because I don't think it's going to be a pleasurable experience. But once I get to Elite Four, I bail. So ideally, I get there in 10 hours and then do something else. Not trying to say I haven't had a good time with Discord Wars, really. I think it's been a really good event. It's first I've been in seriously, but been around the community for all four. Also going to take a first trip to Egypt. Whoa, nice, more nothings. I think you should just clear Rocket and see how you feel, to be honest. I've heard that, like, after Rocket, you're kind of in the clear until Elite Four. Like, Claire is a bit of a wall. But how much of a time investment after Rocket? And knowing it's rental rando, so there's no good answer. But, like, how hard is it from Rocket to Elite Four past Claire? Because, I mean, I think I'm going to not feel good the entire time. But I'm just a Discord Wars gamer who doesn't mind playing a video game for 20 hours to put up points for his team. No matter how bad it is. 12 hours to get over is why I say that. Yeah, that really sucks. Is it just rolling the team or nothing? I still have to... I'm going to have your guide up tomorrow. I've been so preoccupied with Egypt that I've only been able to look over it briefly, but I'm definitely going to give it a thorough reading tomorrow when I jump into Rental Rando. That's like, I really should do Rental Rando tomorrow. I've thought about like putting it off till Friday, because it gives me like a day off from Egypt, but we've got to grind it out tomorrow. It's not something I want to delay anymore. Because if we get it done, I put in my Rental Rando for all of Thursday, then I can just be so much more available for the final weekend, and I just don't want that hovering over my head. So I think I just grind it out tomorrow. 3 hours? What time are you going to start? I think it's okay to take a food break, right? Because if I can take like a 30-minute food break, that still qualifies as the same sitting, right? Like, I'll start when I wake up, if that's the case. Otherwise, I'll have to start after I like eat dinner. Like, as long as you don't cut stream or like sleep, right? It has to be like the same day or whatever. Like, I think that's fine. Alright, yeah. So it depends. Like, I'm gonna go to bed after this and see what time I get up. I might try to put in a few, like maybe like 5 p.m. my time. Go for like 2-3 hours, then get food, and then just come back. It's definitely going to be an all-night affair, though. The very worst will be in chat. I appreciate that more nothings. Yeah, I can use all the help that I can get for that. So I'd say start late afternoon tomorrow, and go into the evening all the way into Friday morning. Need to get my N64 cart ready. I have an EverDrive. I think the EverDrive works fine, but I've got an original Stadium 2 cart, so might as well just use that. Man, why am I playing like this? I feel like I'm playing very poorly, and it's just like making stupid mistakes, like just nonsensical mistakes. Like, why try to jump on the bullet bill there when I can just avoid it? Like, I don't have to kill it. It's not even threatening me. I can just avoid it. Okay. Hey, Posted. Does FM have to be streamed? I've never played it before, but since I finished PoE today, I'm tempted to give FM a go. Anything that has to be streamed in the Discord Wars rules, with the exception of SRL races, can be local recorded instead of streamed. So you just have to have a a copy on your computer in case anybody thinks that there's some funny business involved. But yes, FM has to be streamed. However, you can local record instead. As long as you have a video on your computer of yourself playing the game that can be examined in case something looks fishy, then it's all good. Which, I mean, is like I don't know what the scenario would be where someone would think that someone cheated, but I guess just in the interest of openness and fair play, it's just required that everybody keep a video of the game for that instance. We should totally do it, Posted. Should totally check out the game. It's a lot of fun. Ozzy, known as Wizard of Oz in the Discord, as well as me, always happy to help. Feel free to @ us or message us or just talk to us. if you've never used if you've never like local recorded your gameplay before, there's several like tutorials and stuff, and you can ask questions. We're happy to help you get set up with that too. It's pretty easy if you're playing on emulator. You just download OBS and you just make like a capture of your emulator window, and and then you just press start recording or start streaming. Any good first time FM guides out there? There are, but not for Hundo More Nothings. I would actually recommend for a first time several resources. In fact, here's what I'll do. As soon as I'm done streaming tonight, if you guys, I'll at both of you in the Villains FM channel with the I have like 3 or 4 links that were the links that I used as guides when I started playing the game that I found helpful, and maybe it'll be helpful for you guys too. Unfortunately, those resources are mostly geared for any percent, but there's definitely going to give you some benefit for just doing Hundo and wanting to get cards. So they go into a lot of strats about how you actually beat the game with a not very strong deck, like one you would have if you're just trying to beat the game single sitting. But you could definitely take some of that and apply it to 100%. Okay, Versus was generous with the mushrooms here, and I appreciate that. I should have known that was coming. Do an interview for a magic thing. So I want to pick up something else, try and make up for it. If I like my small time investment for 925 Greek, yeah, that would be amazing. More Nothings. That's kind of what we're hoping will happen with several people. Like I'm sure a lot of people might try out the game and do 150 card, and it's just like whether it's the time for when the race starts for 5 card, or they're just not feeling the game, and that's totally fine. But if people try out the game and like it enough to participate in a 5 card mod, that would be amazing, and that's certainly what we're hoping for when people pick it up for Hundo. I forget if Ozzy has a day when he's actually. I think it was this weekend. I think Saturday. So you might not. Because the Pokemon the Pokemon Rando race is on Saturday, so you might miss part. Like Ozzy's probably gonna go for several hours though, so you might still be able to catch some of the I guess like team get together for FM. But you're totally fine to ask any of us or ask us to help you get set up or with questions or stuff at any point. I just know that Ozzy's going to do something similar to what Pi did for Rental Rando, where he just kind of encouraged people to all play together and have people available to give advice to the extent that one can give advice in Rental Rando. Definitely much more advice can be given. Said Saturday, my thing is a 1 hour commitment at 7 p.m. Oh, you're fine then. Yeah, okay, so you're fine then, because FM Hundo is going to be something that you can just. If you have to bail for 1 hour, it's just like, no problem. Yeah, but for a race, I can see how that doesn't quite work out. I feel like I'm missing something here. Just need to get a big jump. A big yump. That's coming down to the nitty-gritty, isn't it? I think the points fluctuated back and forth today. Definitely Cart had an effect on the standings. It's awkward if I were going blind the Pokemon Black Rando. Yeah. Cart definitely had an effect, but I know we've got some gamers in the Path of Exile pipeline as well as the D2 pipeline. That's 30 points each. We've got FM gamers. I think villains are really, really well coordinated. I'm very confident that villains are going to pull it out. I want to start earlier though, so it's not the night before the race when I decide to do it. For Cart, it's 2 points apart. That's so close. I think this might be the last level. There's 15 levels. Yeah, I think this is the third world, and each one's had 5. So this should be it. Well, this is an interesting concept for a boss fight. Last castle. Not sure what I expected to happen in this room, but I had to investigate. Okay, rising lava level. Okay, that's a new enemy. Okay. Oh. A whelp? Could this be a mushroom? No. Not the mushroom I wanted. Neither is that one. Okay. That's it. Alright, that was a fun Mario Maker experience, Super vs. Deluge World. Also a very efficient 5 points. That was like what? 200 cards in FM? Right there? That's pretty efficient. 5 points on the board for villains. Yeah, cool world. That I had fun playing that. Shout outs to Versus Deluge for creating that for Discord Wars. Screen's gonna flicker a second here, so that's my capture card freaking out as I switch back to PC mode. Yeah, thanks guys for watching the Mario Maker. Sorry for a short stream tonight. But I just wanted to hammer this out because I was worried that this would be something that I've put off already for quite a bit of time, and it'd just be something I wanted to do because it was gonna be fun and get those points on the board and not have to worry about it sort of lingering. Because tomorrow is going to be my foray into Rental Rando. So I think maybe about 12-ish hours from now, give or take. Depends on when I actually fall asleep, because I'm just gonna relax for a bit and like just watch some Twitch streams or something, and then fall asleep. So yeah, about 12 hours from now, I will be back with Rental Rando, and we're gonna put in an FM-sized stream for that. So I will get my rest. Speaking of Rental Rando, I'm going to host our good friend Neko. He is at it right now, so go cheer him on, and I'll be there tomorrow. Good night, guys.